guess floaty crystals has, you know, will really wreck with your sinuses. Keep bludgeoning. Knowingly, charge is still on cooldown. It's got a 20-second cooldown, which is a bit of a nuisance. Charge, and 5. Nice. Wait, that's doing less damage now. Wasn't that doing trio something earlier? Yeah, it's now. What the fuck? I have no idea what just happened there. I was suddenly doing like 100 less damage for some reason. It's very strange. Also, ye are terrible spies. Like, ever hear of stealth? Like Christ, even James Bond would be ashamed of you. And, you know, he walks up and says, "Hi, I'm James Bond, I'm a spy." You know, he's not a great spy himself, and even he would be embarrassed with how well they're doing. Or less how well they're doing and how poorly they're doing, I should say. I'm out of range. Charge. You know, I'll talk about it. I'm surprised the Fell Blood Elves didn't make a comeback. In WoD. Suppose they might make a comeback in Legion. Fell Blood Elves are blood elves who drain mana from demons, or maybe they're drain more than mana, but yeah, they drain shite from demons. Crystallized bark. Don't see any of them here. These are kind of annoying, actually, these quests. As you're seeing the like the Burning Crusade style of questing here. Let's head back in and turn in this quest. Who knows? Maybe we'll get another one that will send us in a good direction. Or maybe we'll at least let us ding and get some nice quests, some more quests. I kind of want to get as many as possible, so they're like covering as much terrain as possible. I don't believe you ever get a quest to send you over there. You have to go over there of your own accord. You have returned, and in one piece. I have some good news, Qyrok. We have received some new information about the possible location of more survivors. A new crash site has been discovered. When I am done attending to those matters, I will call for you. Ooh. Intercepting the message. It is good to see you again, Qyrok. I have a quandary that you might be able to solve. Our agents situated behind Sunhawk lines have reported seeing Sunhawk soldiers parsing an unusual document. Unfortunately, we were not successful in acquiring a copy of the document for ourselves. I need you to go out into the field and try and recover the document. I'm certain that if you apply enough pressure, Sunhawk agent will turn over the information we seek. I will leave the use of force to your discretion. Remember the lesson of the past. And now I can grab a few more. Here's the messenger. Are you Qyrok? It's about time. I've just about given up on finding you. There's an urgent message waiting for you at the mailbox. The person that gave it to me was a human admiral from Azure Mist. Admiral Odysseus something. The name escapes me. He said you would know who he was. Armacius shrugs. Sounds like a Greek messenger. It's meant to be Hermes. I I never got it before.
Kind to those less fortunate.
But that's... Yeah, that's who he's meant to be. Odysseus, Hermes. Yeah. I do it, so Odysseus is the Greek one then. Remember I was talking about the Greek and Roman versions. Yeah, Odysseus is the Greek. Can't remember the name of the Roman guy. I delivered mail to and from Azure Mist Warrior. If you need a message delivered, it'll more than likely be routed through me first. And actually, I do have mail in the box. Hopefully I can actually use it. You know, considering trial count and all. Oh, come on! That is buggery of the finest order. Well, I guess that just says I need to get game time that bit sooner. I was running out of Final Fantasy 14 game time anyway. The only issue is, well, I wanted to get more recorded of that before I had to go buy more game time. It doesn't matter altogether that much either way. I just really need to get this mic fixed. That's the main issue. That's why I didn't record. That's why I'm not recording Final Fantasy 14 right now or anything else. The mic is acting up, and this I fixed. I'm thinking it might be a little loud on the game audio compared to my sound, but it's thereabouts fine. Also, his name sounds much like the Dead Knight bass, Achilles or whatever. It makes at least looks like it enough for me to think of it. Do you think often of your family, Qyrok? There were a number of families aboard the Exodar, but I've heard of very few being reunited. I, myself, am looking for traces of my husband, Galaen, who's a technician in the Cryo Corps. The wreckage of it is located to the west and is swarming with blood elves. Must find out what happened, what became of Galaen. Even news of his death is better than never knowing. My husband will be wearing a pendant identical to my own. They're a gift from my sister.
Remain vigilant.
That was the quest I was waiting for to go there. And I'll head over here. Not to the dwarf. To you. Help if I actually follow the direction on the map.
Each day is a blessing.
Welcome to Bloodwatch Warrior. In my travels, I've amassed a variety of tools, artifacts, and knowledge from various peoples we've encountered. Should you find yourself in need of knowledge, you only have to ask. He'll provide you with no knowledge. Regrettably. Harbinger Mikolas has done a commendable job of safeguarding Bloodwatch Warrior, but our enemies are many, and our resources few. Our weakness is well known to our enemies, but your contact with the forces of Alliance is something they hadn't accounted for. I've prepared a letter of introduction to the people of Orbadine, the closest Alliance settlement, proposing cooperation in the fight against our foes. Take it with you, and seek out Huntress Kella Nightbow near the docks west of the Exodar.
Dionys Akar.
Letter of introduction. A letter written by anchorite Paeteus. Again, it's another Greeky sounding name, so maybe it's another reference to the Odysseus and the Odyssey. But anyway, Orbadine is no more. It was totaled during the Cataclysm. That's where Orbadine was. Thereabouts then. Let's see, maybe there's a... Yeah, Orbadine is around here. This is a new thing. Or Denel. It's a new thing. Also, remember I was saying about Easter eggs and secrets? In Darkshore, there used to be a secret troll village up here. You couldn't access it without a flying mount. No, actually, you could access it normally. You could view it via... You've been flown over on a griffin. Maybe there's a way to glitch yourself up. I don't know. But it was an Easter egg. It was a hidden little thing. A hidden troll village in the mountains. But with Cataclysm, the path was opened and the trolls are hostile. Okay, War Machine. Killing a target grants you 30% haste and 30% movement speed for 10 seconds. Endless Rage. Your auto attack generates 30% additional rage. Fresh Meat. Bloodthirst has a 40% increased critical strike chance against targets above 80% health. That's... And wait, I have Enrage. Didn't realize. I guess I got that when I was level 14. But yeah, I should grab that. Um, it's tempting to have that for the additional rage, but that critting more would increase my attack speed, and it's, you know, generally all around good thing. Let's have a look at the rest. Shockwave sends a wave of force in a frontal cone, causing 22 damage and stunning all enemies within 10 yards for 10 seconds. Cooldown reduced by 20 seconds if it strikes at least 3 targets. Stormbolt hurls your weapon at an enemy, causing 47 physical damage and stunning for 4 seconds. That was actually a Dwarven Avatar ability from Warcraft 3. The Dwarven hero was called an Avatar, I believe. I think that's its title anyway. And that was one of its moves. It could also go into, actually maybe that was its alt, Avatar form, where it just got bigger and burlier for a certain amount of time. Double time increases the number of charges on charge by 1 and reduces its cooldown by 3 seconds. Oh, that sounds nice. Wrecking Ball. Oh god, now all I can think of is that Miley Cyrus song, and I haven't really heard it, so I'm, thinking of limited parts of the song. Your attacks have a chance to make your next whirlwind deal 200% increased damage. Outburst. Berserker Rage now causes Enrage. Avatar. Transform into a Colossus for 20 seconds, causing you to deal 20% increased damage and removing all roots and snares. Nice. Furious Charge. Charge also increases the healing from your next Bloodthirst by 300%. Bounding Strike. Reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds, and Heroic Leap now increases your run speed by 70 seconds for 3 seconds. There was talk before of Paladins getting a Heroic Leap ability in in Legion. Warpaint. You now only take 15% increased damage from Enrage. Massacre. Execute critical strikes, reduce the rage cost for your next rampage by 100%. Frothing Berserker. When you reach 100% rage, your damage is increased by 10% and your movement speed by 30% for 10 seconds. Carnage. Reduces cost of rampage by 15 rage. Bloodbath. For 10 seconds, your melee attacks and abilities cause the target to bleed for 40% additional damage over 6 seconds. Frenzy. Furious Slash increases your haste by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. And that's the offhand thing. Inner Rage. Raging Blow no longer requires Enrage and deals 150% increased damage, but is a 4.5 second cooldown. Blade Storm. Become an unstoppable storm of destructive force, striking all targets within 8 yards with both weapons for 960 physical damage over 6 seconds. You're immune to movement impairing effects and loss control effects, but can use defensive abilities and can avoid attacks. Blade Storm was a Blade Master ult in Warcraft 3. I remember Grom had that. Reckless Abandon. Battlecry generates 100 rage. Dragon Roar. Roar explosively, dealing 76 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, and increasing all damage you deal by 20% for 6 seconds. Dragon Roar ignores all armor and always critically strikes. Excuse me. That's nice. So is the 76 it taking into account any crit bonus, or is that without the crit bonus? So anyway, let's head over here. Yeah, let's head towards this place. I can get the missive over here and search for the husband, and there's actually a way through the mountains to right where the monument is. So it all works out. And no loot, strangely enough. That's very, very weird. Wonder if that must be a new glitch. Mutated Constrictor. This is what I was looking for another quest. And there's the other brown bears. I remember giving up on these quests on Palnai because they just terrible drop rate or something. Can't remember. Either way, let's go around and bludgeon these a bit. Yeah, I can see what you're saying about the trees showing the corruption first. That tree's growing crystals. Either that or it's been perforated by a few. Looks like it's growing it. There's some level 17 Sunhawk Reclaimers. I'm level 15. I can take them, as long as they don't get too outnumbered. Oh, there's a Ravager hatchling. That's cute. Christ, there's a lot of them. They drop a fair bit of linen. Makes sense. They're all wearing, you know, robes. You know, plenty to tear off.
Inventory is full. I can't.
Oh, also wool. Should grab that. Not sure if I'll be sending any on to any other character. Like, say, instead of auctioning the loot, I just like, instead of auctioning the court, I give it to what's the guy's name? Korganok. Instead of auctioning, I give it to him. I may or may not do that. I don't know. I'm surprised she just went straight into melee. I was expecting him to start off with, you know, casting at me. I'm questioning why the Bloodwatch people find these so difficult. They're clearly incompetent. Christ. This does not negate what I just said. Yes, they ganged up on me there. You may be saying, well, clearly that's what makes it difficult. Not really. You know, the Bloodwatch people could gang up on them. You know? It bounces. They could always just take, well, you know, one of those level 115 elite Vindicators that they have over here by Amon Vale. You know, I'm sure they could just clear out this entire place by themselves. You know, with one hand. Ooh, there's a tin vein there. Just felt like I was saying it wrong somehow. Respawn. Grab the loot, grab the loot, grab the loot. Ooh, got the missive. This letter bears the seal of the Blood Elves. Come on, go down. Thank you. Galaen's corpse. The corpse appears to be dressed in the manner of an Exar technician, but the pendant described by Moray is absent. You have no means of identifying the corpse as Galaen, but with the information Moray gave you, but the coding appears to have been torn in search of valuables. Blood Elves in the area would have claimed anything of value from the wreckage, including Galaen's jeweled amulet. Although her husband did not survive the crash, you believe that Moray would be grateful if you recovered her husband's amulet from the Blood Elves. Moray, is that you? No, you're not Moray, but a sense that you have met. When you see her, tell her that I survived the crash, only to be done in by the infiltrators. Let her know my last thought was of her. That's sweet. I watched as they beat him without mercy. The ruthless lieutenant acted as if such cruelty was an act of normalcy. Though, through the savage beatings, I could feel myself breaking. Watched as Vindicator Suran take their blows. I began to weep, not out of fear. I wept out of sadness. To see a Draenei of the Triumvirate treated in such a manner. If only I could have broken free of my bonds. If only. Turn to the next page. After what seemed an eternity, the Vindicator lost consciousness. The torture was too much, even for him. The cruel one, Metis, as I found out he was called, attempted to wake Suran by splashing contagion-laced water across his ravaged body, but Suran did not wake. I wanted to scream, but only a low gasp escaped my lips. I was promptly beaten for this act of rebellion. As I lay on the ground, I could see Metis pacing in front of Suran's body.